The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network. All but the champions of the past, present, and or future. Let's see if we can get this doubleheader in today, shall we? My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this third day of February 2023. Hopefully you survived Groundhog Day, saw your shadows, 6 more weeks of whatever you had for lunch yesterday. It's what you're going to have the next 6 Thursdays, right? Well, what do you mean you got the 7-Eleven hot dogs? Well, maybe not. Anyway, so because the first game ran long, we did not get the chance to get 2 in. And so, again, we're going to try to get a doubleheader in. The caveat being if the first game runs an hour and a half from now, we're not done with the first game by 1. We're not going to do 2. So it is supposed to be the San Francisco Giants and the Philadelphia Phillies. That is the first game on Star Wars night because it's May 4th. And so may the 4th be with you. Second game is going to be from Tampa. It'll be the Cleveland Indians and the Tampa Bay Devil Rays from the Trop in St. Petersburg. So that's a doubleheader for you. San Francisco and Philadelphia are 2 second-place teams in the National League. One in the East, one in the West. I don't think we need to say which one is which. And Cleveland and Tampa are certainly in the hunt in their respective divisions in the American League. Bruce Chen gets a call for the Phillies. Livan Hernandez for San Francisco. It's 2 hours or so of baseball next. As Retro Sports Network presents 2001 An Action PC Season Odyssey. Tonight, or today, from first the vet in Philadelphia. It is the Philadelphia Phillies and the San Francisco Giants. And this game is brought to you by Uncle Ron's Snake Oil. Drink some of that and you'll stay warm on a cold day like today. And by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. A little cold, Bernie? It's 6 below 0 here in Burlington at 11:31 a.m. on this third day of February. That is the actual air temperature. Alexa, what's the wind chill?
Right now, the wind chill is minus 31 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect it'll feel like minus 28 degrees.
So there you go. 6 below actual, 31 below wind chill. Cat is screwing with things behind the computer. Bruce Chen warming up. He's 24 years old. He's a curveball pitcher. Fastball tops out at 90. An extreme fly ball pitcher, making his 6th start for the Phils. He is 1-2. Happy Friday, Big Dave. 1-2 with an earned run average of .693. The Dodgers lit him up like a Christmas tree on April 28. 4 1/3 innings and a 12-3 pounding. 103 pitches, 8 hits, 7 runs, all earned, 2 homers. He walked 4 and struck out 8. So for Bruce, it's been a tough road to hoe so far. 24 2/3 innings, 26 hits, 20 runs, 19 earned. He and Brad Radke are good friends. 8 home runs allowed in 5 starts, 13 walks, and 30 strikeouts. Good for 35th in the National League. And the lineup he'll face, Sean Dunston leads off in center for San Francisco. Rich Aurelia at short will bat second. Barry Bonds in the lineup today. He'll play left and bat third. Jeff Kent cleans up at second. Davis in right will bat fifth. And just wait, there's more. Davis at third will bat sixth. JT Snow at first going seventh. Estrella at behind the plate batting eighth. And Livan Hernandez going ninth on the mound. He could go 120 pitches. Pat Burrell is a 4-8 as we set the Philly defense for you. Future Strat Hall of Famer Doug Glanville is a 7-5 in center. Bobby Abreu a 5-8 in right. Scott Rowland is a 10 at third. Jimmy Rollins a 5 at short. Marlon Anderson a 6 at second. Lee, I think that's Travis Lee, a 7 at first. Mike Lieberthal behind the plate. He's a 7 and a 5. Chen, not a bad fielding pitcher. He's a 7 with a 1,000 fielding percentage. And with all that, Sean Dunston digs in, 69 degrees, threatening skies here in Philadelphia. Calm winds. Dunston at 310 with an RBI. And Chen starts the ninth with a line drive right to Anderson at second. So 1 out for Aurelia. 258, a home run, and 4 RBI. This is game 28 for both teams. The Giants are 16-11, and the Phillies are 15-12. Aurelia, chopper down to third. Roland polishes his Cooperstown plaque, throws to first, and there's 2 out. So that'll bring up Bonds. Nobody on, 2 out. 241 for Barry. And don't forget, Barry's at-bats are brought to you by Cream of Wheat. 9 homers and 19 RBI, because there's nothing that builds you up for a good day at the plate as a heaping bowl of cream of wheat. Chan winds and deals, and Bonds draws the walk. So if you're not going to hit, that's how you do it. A 3-1 changeup down and away, and Barry wasn't swinging. That'll bring up Jeff Kent, 265, 5 homers, and 19 RBI. 2 out, 1 on. Bonds not a threat to steal. Kent laces this one right to Marlon Anderson, and that will retire the side. If it's not Marlon, I've botched it up. In half an inning in the books, no runs, no hits, no errors, and the walk did not hurt Chen. We go to the bottom of the first. It is no score. Even I'm having a hard time reading this for San Francisco. Is that Eric Davis in right? Would he still be playing? Anyway. Can I change? The colors. No, I don't think so. Anyway, I'm not going to restart the game. You're late. You got to it, and you haven't even batted yet. Livan Hernandez, 4-2 with a 2.79 ERA. He is making his 7th start, 8th appearance, 23rd in the National League in ERA with 2.79. And his 4-2 record is good for 4th in the National League. Still just 26 years old. Fastball tops out at 89 and a ground ball pitcher. Last pitched against the Cubs on the 29th of April. Got the win. 8 innings. 6-1 win. 113 pitches. 3 hits. I think we did that game, as a matter of fact. 1 run it was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. Never easy to get to your seats at the vet. Apparently not. 42 innings, 39 hits, especially since it's not there. Good morning. 20 runs given up by Hernandez, 13 hits, a home run allowed. He has walked 19 while striking out 24. Defensively for the Giants, Bonds a 4 and a 6 with a 9.77 fielding percentage in left. Dunston in center, a 5 and a 7, 9.62. The fielding percentage. I think that's Eric Davis in right. A 6 and a 5, and I think that's 9.62. Round the infield, Russ Davis is a 3 with an 8.90 fielding percentage. Rich Aurelia a 6 with a 9.75. Jeff Kent a 7 with a 9.87. JT Snow a 6 with a 9.89. Estalia 6, a 1,000 fielding percentage with a 4-arm. And Livan Hernandez an 8 with a 1,000. Normally we don't do the fielding percentages for everybody, but it is hard to read, and I did not know that until just now. Lineup for the Phillies. Jimmy Rollins will lead off at short. Doug Glanville in center will bat second. Bobby Abreu in right hits third. Scott Rowland cleans up at third. Mike Lieberthal behind the plate bats fifth. Lee, I think it's Travis Lee at first, batting sixth. Pat Burrell in left goes seventh. I've called him Marlin twice. If it's not, I'll be swizzled. Anderson at second, batting eighth, and Bruce Chen threw 19 pitches in his half of the first. Rollins at 273, 2 homers, and 11 RBI. John says in September you can get 700 level seats for $1. Those seats weren't hard to find, but you would get your steps pretty steep. Looking at those seats by the underneath the Blue Cross ad between the boards, wonder what kind of angle those were. Nosebleed extraordinaire. Hernandez starts off his effort with a ground ball to Kent. Jeff picks it up, throws to first, 1 out. Here's Doug Glanville. Doug at 229, 3 homers and 13 RBI. They play for the bunt. We're swinging. There's a line drive to Aurelia, and there's 2 out. Bobby Abreu at 250, 4 homers and 12 RBI. With the way the light's hitting the outfield, you could see the threads on the carpet. That's where couples went to do funny business. Did we mention it's 69 right now in Philadelphia? Pitch to Abreu. Bobby swings a ground ball to Kent. Over to Snow, and that will retire the side. Phillies go in order after 1, no score. It is Eric Davis. I had no idea he played so late. And the funny business is write episodes, of course, if It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What can we make Danny DeVito do this week? Eric Davis off to a very slow start. This has to be his last year. At 0.94 and an RBI. Chen winds and deals. And there's a fly ball to left. Burrell. 1 out. Brings up Russ Davis at 258, 2 homers and 6 RBI. Giants setting the tone of what they will do in the future. And there's a couple pieces in place for the Phillies that are really, really good. Pitch from Chen. There's a line drive to Rowland, who snags it. 2 out. For JT Snow at 250, a homer and 12 RBI. Sunday at 6:30, 1 week before the real one, we will pre-play the 2023 NFL Championship. The very top left corner to the left of the Blue Cross Blue Shield sign, about where those replay boards are, is where my wife and brother-in-law sat on Mike Schmidt's last day. Needless to say, sold out, standing room only. I suppose I would think that those would be better seats for baseball than they would be for football. I'm trying to think how the football field was laid out here at the Vet, and where you see the pennants and retired and the logos. I know one of those were the football bleachers, and I want to say it's right field. Pitch to Snow. Struck him out. Chen got him. Got him swinging. Another half an inning in the books. Bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. San Francisco, nothing. Phillies, nothing. So here's Rowland at 263 homers and 19 RBI. So the football field went from home plate to center. So where were the rolled out bleachers? Pitch to Rowland. Scott swings, ground ball to third. Davis has an easy play, and there's 1 out. You could always tell in football season how long it had been since they replaced the turf, right field and left field. Okay. So again, right where the red splotches are on your screen for left field and where the logos are in right. And Robin Roberts and Richie Ashburn's retired number. Mike Lieberthal, 222, no homers and 11 RBI. Could always tell how soon the turf needed to be replaced at Philadelphia, because they obviously had the sliding pitch covered for the Eagles. and it would never match the color of the rest of the turf. Lieberthal hits a little chopper, Kent in well on where the grass should be, over to Snow for the out. And there's 2 out for Travis Lee. I did have it right. 237, 4 homers, and 9 RBI for Travis. Hernandez breezing through the first 2 so far. Pitch to Travis, and I jinxed that one. That's a base hit into center field. Dunston will pick it up off a hop, or really should have had it. Cat sniffing things around as Pat Burrell steps up. 222, 4 homers, and 17 RBI. Lee now, by the way, has a 12-game hitting streak. John had... I shouldn't be cutting out. John had seats once in the third baseline for an Eagles game. Yeah, I can imagine those were bad seats. Always the last seats to sell. Emmy, no. The cat is bored. Shouldn't be cutting out. Pitch to Burrell. Here's a pop-up into left center field. Bonds will make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no one else is saying anything, Forrest, and no errors. After 2, no score. So Estalia, look at the left side, Ronnie. Hernandez and Dunston to face Chen. Bobby is hitting .310, 3 homers, and 8 RBI. Pitch to Bobby. Walked him. Never want to walk the catcher with a pitcher coming up. So Hernandez, 1 for 12 on the replay, a double, a run scored, and grounded into 2 double plays. That's 083. The bored cat now playing with a stuffed animal. John made a vet stadium. All right. Made a vet stadium with the miscolored cutouts for Action PC football. Even in Action PC, the field is ugly. Yeah. I don't think anyone in Philadelphia really felt bad when the place tore down. Lee and Roland playing for the bunt. Chent deals. Hernandez swings. That's into right field. Abreu going back. That caught everybody by surprise. And Bobby makes the catch. Estalia goes back to first. A great play by Abreu, who really got caught wrong-footed. So opening 9 for Chen. 39 pitches him. 2 1/3 innings, 2 walks and a strikeout. The cat does not look impressed at those numbers. Sean Dunston is 0 for 1. Pitch from Chen is a fly ball left center field. Burrow going back. That ball is well struck way back there, and it's gone. And so it's 2-0 San Francisco on the 2-run homer by Dunston. His first of the year. Barely clears the wall. But it puts the Giants up 2-0. And for Chen, that's his 9th home run allowed. It's definitely ginger ale. Chen, in 86 1/3 real innings, allowed 19 homers, and this is just not the lineup you want to mess around with. Aurelia is 0 for 1. Chen's pitch. There's a liner right to Anderson for the out. 2 away for Barry Bonds, who walked his first time up. Barry has walked 30 times in 109 plate appearances. So despite the 241 average, he has an OPS of 1,096. Yeah, the cell phone stuff, you would think in an app, something made for mobile, that the Twitch app would be optimized for that. Now the cat is getting in my way of seeing the check. Come on, Em. What are you going to do? Pitch to Bonds. Barry pops it up. Lieberthal doffs the mask and makes the catch. So that'll do it. 2 runs, 1 hit. The home run from Dunston. And nobody left on after 2.5 is 2-0 San Francisco. It is Marlon Anderson, and he is hitting .235 with no homers and 4 RBI. The cat is looking at me like a teenage girl would look at her dad playing a game. Come on, Dad, that's about enough of that. Hernandez starts the frame with a ground ball laced into left field for a base hit. Barry Bonds will pick it up. Russ Davis should have had it. Anderson has decent speed, but we're going to bunt here with Chen, who is 0 for 7 with 4 strikeouts. So Snow and Davis play for the bunt. Chen will oblige. Estalia picks it up, throws to Aurelia at second for 1, over to Snow, and they turn it. The very rare 2-6-3 double play on the bunt. And just like that, there are 2 outs. Wow. So Hernandez has only thrown 20 pitches for his opening 9. 2 2/3, 2 hits. Not bad at all. Rollins is 0 for 1. Hernandez deals. There's a ground ball to short. Aurelia snap throw to first. Snow is there, and Rollins is retired. But man, oh man, what a double play on the bunt. No runs. The Phillies have a hit. They don't leave anybody on after 3. 2-0 Giants. So Kent, Eric Davis, and Russ Davis to face Chen here in the 4th. Kent is 0 for 1. Jeff into right field. Abreu has this one locked down. 1 out. Eric Davis is 0 for 1. Chen sets and fires. Eric, second verse here is going to be the same as the first, although Abreu is riding the Schwinn to come in. 2 quick out for Russ Davis, who's 0 for 1. What's the, how cold is it in Rochester today, Dave? Pitch to Davis. Russ swings. That's into right center. Glanville moving over. And we'll make the catch, and the Giants go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. We played 3.5 here at the Vet. And it's 2-0 San Francisco. So as Doug Glanville gets ready to bat here in the bottom of the 4th, here in the standings, Mets and Phils are tied for second. It's 3 degrees, Big Dave says. Well, when will I see you again? Yeah, it's -7 right now here in Burlington at 8 minutes in front of 12. Florida is in first. Atlanta has lost again. They are now 10-19. Just a half game up on Montreal. Cincinnati sliding here. They've lost 7 straight. The Cardinals have cut the gap to half a game. Pittsburgh at 13-13. Milwaukee, I think, started 2-8. They're now 12-15. Houston is sliding, and the Cubs are 10-17. In the West, Colorado, San Francisco, Arizona, San Diego, and LA are all within 5. And the Dodgers have won 3 straight. American League East, the Yankees lead the Red Sox by half a game. Tampa a game and a half out. In the Central, Chicago leads Cleveland by 2. Both teams are en fuego. Detroit not getting on a stream anytime soon at 6-20. 13 games out of first on this May 4th. Yeah, inside gaming weather for sure. I don't take the laptop outside to stream anyway. And in the West, Seattle 18-10. 5 games up on Oakland. And that's where things stand. We'll check him again after the second game of the doubleheader. Glanville is 0 for 1, by the way. 2-0 Giants, bottom of the fourth. Glanville slaps this one to left center. Dunston moving over, 1 out. Brings up Abreu, who's 0 for 1. Bobby pops it up, right side, JT Snow. Foul territory, lots of room. Can't get it, and somebody from Camden makes the catch. And the count is 1-2. Abreu, line drive to right. Eric Davis can't get it. I thought he was going to make that. In fact, it skips past Davis. Abreu's got 2. His 7th double of the year. I thought Davis would get there. He got the glove out too late. Davis not as nimble as he used to be, and that scampered all the way to the wall. And Abreu was on second, 1 out for Roland, who is 0 for 1. And Abreu's going to try for third. Estalia's throw down to Russ Davis is not in time. And so that was an 82% chance of a stolen base for Abreu, and he does. So he's got 7, and the Phillies have a runner on third, 1 out, and a 1-ball count to Roland. Hernandez, deep breath. Roland laces this one into left field. Abreu will score, and it's now 2-1 San Francisco. Brings up Lieberthal, who is 0 for 1. Roland's got a good chance to steal, too. We'll see what the computer does with Hernandez. But the Phillies have manufactured their first run. Throw to first. Roland is back. He goes on a straight steal. The throw down to Kent. Roland has that one stolen quite easily. And that's his 4th. So the Phillies have stolen 2 bases here in the inning. And it's a 1-strike count to Lieberthal. Hernandez's pitch. Got him. And 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. And that'll bring up Travis Lee, who singled. To say that we're not kidding about the weather here in town is an understatement. If you have to walk to a school, which you do here in Burlington, schools closed this morning. They shut them down last night. It's just too cold with the wind chill to be forcing kids to walk in wind chills of -30 and plus. There are businesses that are closing. The coffee shop that we go to is not supposed to open tomorrow just because when we wake up tomorrow morning, the wind chill is literally supposed to be 45 below zero. And sorry, there isn't anything in a restaurant that's worth walking to go at those temperatures. Pitch to Lee. Travis slaps this one up over the box. Aurelius got it over to Snow. Travis is running, and he's out on a bang-banger. But the Phillies get a run. That's a bad call. Lee just kind of tries to argue his case with the first place umpire, Jose Feliciano, and Jose says, I heard the ball hit. Phils get a run, however, on 2 hits and no errors. They leave a runner on. We go to the 5th, 2-1 San Francisco. So Snow, Estalia, and Hernandez to face Chen here in the 5th. JT struck out his first time up, the lone strikeout from Chen. Struck him out. He goes down again. Oh, 1-2 curve for Bobby Estalia. Or how is that pronounced? It's spelt E-S-T-A-L-E-L-L-A. And so I want to say Estalela, but I could see Estalia there. Anyway, he walked and scored in the 3rd. Walked and then scored on the Dunston homer. Pitch from Chen. Here's a liner in the left center. That should be extra bases. It is. Burrell plays it off the wall, and Bobby has his 3rd double of the year. So that's only the 2nd hit of the game for San Francisco. But they lead 2-1. Lee and Roland again play for the bunt. Chen sets and fires, and Hernandez strikes out. So that's 3 for Bruce. He chased a 2-2 change, and 18 batters deep for Chen. 79 pitches, 4 2/3, 2 hits, the homer. He walked 2 and struck out 3. Dunston homered to left center his last time up. That is his first of the year, and now he has 3 RBI. Chen sets and fires. That's in the left. That'll stay in the yard. Burrell will come over and make the catch. You guys get the break. It is 7 below 0. We're halfway through game 1. After 4 1/2, it's the Giants 2. No runs, a hit, no errors, and the Phillies 1. Well, if you joined us late on this doubleheader Friday, here's how we got here. The Giants lead the Phillies 2-1 halfway through. Travis Lee has a 12-game hitting streak for Philadelphia. He got a single in the second. Sean Dunston homered to left center in the third to make it 2-1 San Francisco. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Scott Rowland singled home Bobby Abreu to make it 2-1. So, as Russian Reb would say if he were here, yet another pitcher's duel. Bruce Chen, a 2-hitter through 5, 2 runs. Both of those came on the Dunston homer. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. Levon Hernandez, a 4-hitter through 4, and 1 run given up and just a strikeout. Pat Burrell is 0 for 1. As we start the bottom of the 5th, I was going to bring up a point. Now I completely forgot what that was. Pitch to Pat. Fly ball, left field. Bonds is going to look and watch it go. Tie game. So Burrell up over the scoreboard in left field. And bing, bong, boom, just like that, we're tied at 2. Hernandez just left way too much of the plate. And Burrell just wrapped it down the line and left. So a 2-2 tie as we play the bottom of the 5th. For Hernandez, that's only the second home run he's allowed in 46 innings. Overall, 24 over 226 2/3. So Hernandez has done a good job keeping the ball in the park. Anderson's 1 for 1. He hits a ground ball to third. Davis over to Snow for the out. So here's Bruce Chen. He bunted into a double play his first time up, which you'd much rather just have the pitcher strike out than do that. Hernandez kicks and fires, and Chen obliges by striking out on a 1-2 fastball looking. So 18 batters deep, 4 2/3 for Hernandez. He's cruising right along, 44 pitches, 4 2/3, 5 hits. The home run to Burrell just a moment ago, and he has struck out 2. Rollins is at the plate. Jimmy is 0 for 2. The cat has found my wife, who has returned from Siberia. How you doing, Tribe fan? And as soon as she gets settled in, she'll be taking the cat, and everyone will be bored together. Pitch to Rollins. Jimmy strikes out, so Hernandez got him. Swung on and missed a fastball. Phillies get the tying run on a homer by Burrow. After 5, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Giants and Phils tied at 2. So we go to the 6th. It's Aurelia, Bonds, and Kent. Rich is 0 for 2. Chen is giving me the fatigue warning. Tribe fan is awaiting the second game of this doubleheader between the Indians and the Devil Rays from the luxurious Tropicana Dome, Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, where there'll be a real-life attendance of about 5, which will... Oh, actually got 6 people watching now. It's close. Pitch to Aurelia. Rich swings. Fly ball left field. Burrell over in the corner, and somebody from Kutztown, Pennsylvania makes that catch. 0-2. So Chen, 65 degrees. It's now raining here in Philadelphia. A light rain, no wind. Aurelia into center. Glanville comes in to make the catch, and there's 1 out for Bonds, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. Chen's winds and deals. Struck him out. Barry chased a 1-2 curve. Check swing, strike 3. 2 out for Kent, who's 0 for 2. So Chen is going to give the Phils 6 good innings. Tribe fan says, still weird to put Devil in their name. My joke was at one point they were so bad the Devil got scary out of them. It is Flip Wilson night, by the way, in Tampa, because the Devil made him do it. Pitch to Kent. 0 for 2. Now he's 1 for 3 as he grounds out one past Abreu. Would you get her out of here, please? Eric Davis is 0 for 2. Thank you. The cat, it's bored beyond belief for the last half hour. Here's Davis. He's 0 for 2. Ken on first. 2 outs in the top of the 6th. There's a liner in the left field. That's going to get down. Burrow will pick it up. So first and second, 2 out. Pat should have made that play. For Russ Davis, who's 0 for 2. So Ken on second, Eric Davis on first. 2-2 game, 2 out, top the 6th. Chen deals, and there's a base hit in the left center field. Glanville will pick it up. Kent's going to score. Davis is into second, and Eric Davis scores. It's 4-2 San Francisco. So Bruce shakes the head. Chen's day is done. Lefty, righty, righty. And we're going to go with Vicente Padilla. So Padilla, 2-1 with a 1.13 ERA, making his 10th appearance of the year. 23 years old, fastball at 92, and a ground ball pitcher. Last pitched against the Rockies on Wednesday, the 2nd, in an 11-5 loss. He retired 2 on 8 pitches. So overall, 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. He walked 2 and struck out 4. On the rock, the Padilla flotilla is in full swing now. Yep. So 4-2. Giants 2 out here in the top of the 6th. Snow has struck out twice. Padilla winds and fires, and Snow goes down again. How you doing, Mr. Gardner? 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 6th here at the vet. Starting to rain, 4-2, San Francisco. So Dave is cold. I'm cold. Glanville, Abreu, and Roland are coming up. Doug is 0 for 2. Hernandez cruising right along. He might get the CG. He's only thrown 49 pitches through 5 and is nursing a 2-run lead. Glanville strikes out. An 0-2 changeup swung on and missed. He thought Hernandez was coming with a fastball, and Levon just took a lot off it for the change. Here's Abreu. Bobby hit a 7th double. He's 1 for 2. Also has stolen a base and scored. Popped up. Estalia. 2 out. In fact, Estalia had to go back to the screen to make it. Yes, Tribe fan, it is true. Mount Washington in New Hampshire, you got to go way up in the northern half. Home, by the way, of the highest measured wind gusts in American history at 213 miles an hour before it broke. The wind chill tonight is supposed to get to 100 below up there. Highest point in New England. Rolling, by the way, 1 for 2. Scott has singled, stolen a base, and drove in his 20th. Hernandez sets and deals. Roland is in the left. Bonds coming in. Russ Davis coming out. Davis goes into foul territory to make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We played 6 here at the vet. 4-2 San Francisco. So Estalia, who's had himself a day, he has doubled, scored, and walked. He's 1 for 1. Padilla will pitch the 7th. Ground ball to third. Roland hugging the line. Throws to Lee, and that will be an out. So 1 away for Levon Hernandez, who should stay in the game. Only on 65 pitches through 6. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Laces that one into right center. Glanville will cut that off. Hernandez has as a double. His 2nd of the year. Head first slide in the 2nd. Only the 6th hit for San Francisco. So here's Dunston. He homered his last time up. 1 for 3. Has driven in 2. Marvin Bernard is going to pinch hit. Bernard, as a pinch hitter, is hitting .500 with a homer and 3 RBI. Overall, 169, 3 homers and 12 RBI. Padilla kicks and fires, and there's a ground ball to Marlon Anderson. Throws it to first. Hernandez goes to third. They take the sure out at first, and there's 2 out for Aurelia, who was 0 for 3. Padilla's pitch. Grounder, line drive, foul, left side. Somebody from Dover, Delaware made that catch. Good sized crowd. Star Wars night. May the 4th be with you. And a 1-2 count to Aurelia. Base hit left center field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Glanville gets it, throws it in, and that's Rich's 4th double of the year. So it's 5-2 Giants. And here comes Barry Bonds, who's 0 for 2, a walk and a strikeout. Unsub. Now you wait. You keep messing with my 76 Bengals there, Gardner. Pitch to Padilla. Bonds hits this one into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Aurelia should be scoring on this. Abreu has it. Bonds holds it first. The throw is going home, and it won't be anywhere near in time. In fact, it bounces away from Lieberthal, and it's now 6-2. So here's Kent, 1 for 3. Jeff has singled and scored. Don't think this one's going till 1 o'clock. Padilla walks Kent. And now you just want to get one more batter, and that should be Eric Davis, who's 1 for 3. He has singled and scored. So the Giants have cracked this one open here in the 7th. Line drive to Rowland, who makes the catch. Stretch time, 6-2 Giants. Oops. That's the one you want. So 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Giants in the 7th. They now lead 6-2. Lieberthal is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Hernandez starts the 7th, and he with a walk. How you doing, Pesky Pole? Ask your question again. Getting down for your third base seats for the first game. Travis Lee, 1 for 2. Got himself a single. Struck him out. That's 5 for Hernandez. A 1-2 fastball swung on and missed, and that'll bring up Burrell. Pat, solo homer in the 5th. 1 for 2. Now has 5 on the air and driven in 18. Pat's pitch to Pat. There's a ground ball left side base hit. Bonds will pick it up, and the Phillies have first and second, 2 out for Marlon Anderson, who's 1 for 2 with a single. He pulled the trigger. Sold me watching all these streams. She spent $61, bought the baseball game, and with it I picked up 69. Comes with the basic package, 46, 86, 88, 90, and 98. These are all seasons not offered by PC Replay Baseball, your first love. A lot of the stadiums, especially for the newer seasons, are already done. So, well worth it. Seasons are pretty cheap. Decades for $39 on sale. First and second, 1 out. Pitch to Anderson is ball 4. So the Phillies are going to try to get all 4 back in one swing of the bat. And it won't be Vicente Padilla doing it. So, everybody, who can hit a righty? Who can hit a righty? Brian L. Hunter. At 231, no homers or RBI. 500 as a pinch hitter. Bases loaded, 1 out. 6-2 San Francisco. Hernandez takes a deep breath. And Hunter strikes out. A 2-2 late called, strike 3. And there's 2 out for Rollins, who was 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Hernandez, 27 batters, 91 pitches, 6 2/3, 6 hits, a homer. He has walked 2 while striking out 6. So Hernandez trying to get out of a bases-loaded jam with 2 out. Jimmy, fly ball left field, Bonds. It's only a question of whether it stays in play, and it will not. Foul ball. And the count 1-2. Hernandez sets. Rollins, line drive right field. That's going to go around the corner. Lieberthal will score. Burrell's going to score. Anderson, with a good head of steam, is going to round third and score. Rollins digging for 3. He's in there with a triple. And so what was a 6-2 game is now 6-5. So here comes Doug Glanville, sitting on a 7-game hitting streak, trying to tie this up. He's 0 for 3 with a strikeout. So the Phillies storm right back with 3 here in the 7th. Hernandez delivers. Rollins dances down the line, and this game is tied. So Glanville with a single. And the Phillies matched the Giants, too, with 4 of their own. That's So J-Roll. Does that follow That's So Raven on Disney Plus? 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for both teams. The Giants have left on 5, the Phillies 2. Abreu 1 for 3. He has doubled, scored, and stolen a base. Hernandez throws to first. Glanville is back, and he's gone. So there he goes. Pitch out on the way, and Glanville couldn't get the jump. So a 1-0 count, 2 out. Abreu is 1 for 3 with a double. Bobby draws the walk, and Hernandez has lost the script here in the 7th. And so that'll do it. Felix Rodriguez coming into pitch. This game coming to you from the Vet in Philadelphia. So Rodriguez has no record. An earned run average of 126, 12 appearances, 28 years old, fastball at 94, and a ground ball plus pitcher. Last pitch last night in a 7-3 win in Pittsburgh, ending in 2/3, 25 pitches, and struck out 3. 14 in the 3rd for Felix. 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned. He walked 4 and struck out 20. So first and second, 2 out. And instead of a win for Hernandez, the best he can hope for is a no decision. Rodriguez fires, and Roland slams this one into left. Glanville's going to score. Barnes picks it up. I would think that Glanville would score. Barry's throw is going to go into third, and the Phillies lead it 7-6. They put a 5 spot on the board here in the 7th. Is someone resubbing? I would hope so. Here's Lieberthal. Mike is 0 for 2. A walk, a strikeout, and a run scored. So first and second, 2 out. And the Phillies have done a whole bunch of damage. Rodriguez fires. Lieberthal, slow ground ball to short. Aurelia goes across the way, but Lieberthal has no speed, and Aurelia had time to get him. The Phillies get 5 runs on 4 hits and no errors, and we go to the 8th here at the Vet, 7-6 Phils. Can't use Randy Wolf. So Wayne Gomes, 16th appearance. He is 0-1 with an earned run average of 432. 28 years old, ground ball plus pitcher. Fastball tops out at 92. Last pitched against Colorado on the 1st. A 2-0 loss, 1 inning, 17 pitches, 2 hits. So overall for Gomes, 16 2/3, 21 hits, 8 runs, 1 homer. That came against the Marlins on the 10th. 7 walks, 15 strikeouts. Bullpen, probably the only thing that Action PC falls short on, John says. What he does is pays close attention to all the team stats early in the season and makes appropriate adjustments. Also run the computer manager to make sure that the right closers are there. As of last year, the saves weren't credited properly pre-74. What was wrong with saves? He emailed Dave Cook but got no response. For saves were not an official stat till 69. Russ Davis is 1 for 3, has doubled and drove in 2. I think the stats are pretty spot on for the most part. I don't think the bullpen usage, as John says, is the weakest part. If you are doing, obviously, a lot of Red Sox work, Rude. Oh, the old save rule just required a pitcher to finish the game. Oh, okay. A single team, you'll be fine. But it really has, especially since you bought 46, it's going to have a tough time dealing with how to get those innings right. But beyond that, I think you're pretty good. It will occasionally use a starter in a relief situation when it shouldn't. But we've done, I would say, close to 500 games streaming with this. So there's a lot to watch through. And Pedro Feliz is going to pinch hit for the Giants. Pedro has a RBI as a pinch hitter. He doesn't have a base hit. 174 overall, a homer, and 3 RBI. So Gomes, trying to get 3 outs here, is due up 4th in the 8th. Feliz hits a ground ball to Roland. Scott across the way, 1 out. Brings up JT Snow, who has struck out all 3 times. He's 0 for 3. Puts finally contact on the baseball and drops that one into center for a single. Always little incremental things that you find. The AI is better. I think it's more aggressive. If you bought the last one 5-6 years ago, it's much better trying to run the bases. Estalia, by the way, 1 for 2 with a double, a run scored and a walk. Snow not a threat to steal. 1 out, top the 8th. 7-6 fills. This might be 2. Ground ball to Rollins. Jimmy goes to Anderson for 1. Marlin spins and fires to first. And it is a 6-4-3 double play. Gomes does his job. No runs, a hit, nobody left. No errors. Bottom of the 8th. 7-6 Phillies. Yeah, and your 72 replay CPU kept using Sparky Lyle in high leverage situations, but would pull him before or even during the 9th inning. Rarely use closers for more than 1+ innings. Yep, bullpen logic, I think. The game needs work on that. Travis Lee, by the way, 1 for 3 with a strikeout. But you'll notice that very rarely in a regular season game will I interfere for the computer. The postseason logic is a whole different one from there, and I never programmed AI. I can't tell you, good, bad, or indifferent. Pitch to Lee, how easy it is. Travis will draw the walk. So the Phillies have an insurance run on. Nobody out for Pat Burrell, who homered right down the line and left his last time up. 7-6 Phils. They got 5 in the bottom of the 7th. Burrell also has a single on his dance card. Gets away from Estalia, and Lee moves up to second. On the pass ball, it'll be pitchers Spot, Bernard, and Aurelia for the Giants in the 9th. The 1-2. Liner up the middle. That's going to drop. Lee's unhuffing and puffing around the bag at third. But he'll be held. Bernard got a bad jump on it. Couldn't make the play. And that's the Phillies' 10th hit. 6 runs, 9 hits, no errors for San Francisco. They've left on 5. Philadelphia, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and they have left on 4. Marlon Anderson is 1 for 2, a single, a run scored, and a walk. Ground ball to third. Feliz going to go to first for the sure out there. Travis Lee will score, and it's 8-6. So the Phils do indeed get that insurance run. Burrell on second, 1 out for who can hit a righty? Tomas Perez. Hitting .400 as a pinch hitter. .294 overall, 5 for 17. So Burrell Another insurance run. 8-6 Phils. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. And they're going to walk the pinch hitter to face Jimmy Rollins. Okay. Jimmy has a triple. He's 1 for 4. He is driven in 3 now. And 14 overall. I will say in Action PC's defense that it comes the closest, I think, of the computer games to playing like you're flipping over a fast action card. Rodriguez stays in the game and gets past the catcher, and everybody moves up 90. On the wild pitch, there's still only 1 out. Burrell on third, Perez, the pinch hitter, on second. Rodriguez digging deep, and Rollins strikes out. He swung on and missed a 1-2 fastball at 91, 2 out for Glanville, who was 1 for 4 with an RBI, a run scored, and a strikeout. If you've dolled up the game before, that has not changed. And that is one of the gems of Action PC, is that it's pretty much all the same every year. Some new bells and whistles added, I believe, fight songs and all that, but if you've done it once, you've done it already. Estalia and Rodriguez have a word. Frankie's got to be tired. Pitch to Glanville. Line drive right to Aurelia, and that will end the inning. But the Phillies get a big insurance run on a hit and no errors. We go to the 9th, 8-6 Phillies. So Jose Mesa makes all the Tribe fans watching grab the Jägermeister. Mesa 1-1 with 9 saves in a 1.76 ERA. 35 years old. Fastball tops out at 90. And he hits a ground ball, extreme pitcher. 7th in saves. He's saved all 9 chances. 18 appearances. Last pitched in their win last night against the Rockies, 5-2. 3 up, 3 down on 11 pitches. 15 in the 3rd innings, 15 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He's walked 3, striking out 15. Pinch hitter here for sure. Armando Rios. Does not have a pinch hit yet. Hitting .256, 5 homers, and 14 RBI. So the Giants need 2 to tie and 3 to go ahead. Mesa starts out his effort with a fly ball, left field, Burrell. Rollins and Glanville come out with him. This might fall into no man's land. Burrell makes the catch. No, it dropped. That did fall into no man's land. That is a cheapie. So here's Bernard. He's 0 for 1. Rios, no real base stealing speed. Both teams now have 10 hits. Bernard into right. Abreu. 1 out. Aurelia 1 for 4. Bonds on deck. Aurelia the tying run. He's 1 for 4. Has doubled and driven in a run. Mesa delivers. There's a ground ball up the box. Rollins. Anderson for 1. Marlin turns and throws it to Lee, and that's the ball game. So the Phillies escape 8-6. And I say escape because it's Bonds on deck. So the end of the first game or 2. Yay, we're going to get him in. Philly goes to 16-12, 8 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And they leave on 6. San Francisco, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And they leave on 5. Jimmy Rollins in his 3 RBIs. Going to get your digital dice MVP. Bruce Chen, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. The homer, he walked 2, struck out 4. Padilla gets the win, by the way, 3-1 now. Inning in the 3rd, 3 hits, 2 runs, both earned. And then Gomes and Mesa with his 10th save. So if Hernandez takes the loss, 6 2/3, 8 hits, 7 runs all earned, the homer to Burrell, walked 3 and struck out 6, and then Frankie Rodriguez pitched way too long. So we will get the doubleheader in. Someone wake up, Tribe fan. The rest of this Friday night in baseball, Star Wars Day. Dodgers beat the Cubs 4-3 at Wrigley. Chan-Ho Park 2-2. Duncan falls to 0-2. Rondell White hits 2 homers. Now it's 5 RBI, 2 for 4, drives in 3. Bronson Arroyo beats the Rockies 6-5. Actually doesn't get the decision in that game. Matt Williams gets the win, or Williams gets the win. White the loss. Vanderwall. Sounds like an Oasis song. 1 for 4. 8th of the year, drives in 2. Reds lose to San Diego in 13, 6-5. Randy Myers gets the win to second. Brower goes to 2-2, and Dimitri Young went 4 for 7. Mets behind Rick Reed's 3-hitter beats the Diamondbacks 1-0 in 11. Don Wall with a win, 2-1. Prince falls to 0-1. Tony Womack 2 for 5 and steals 3 bases. Houston beats Montreal 2-1. Powell 3-2. Urgi Urbina falls to 0-3. Jeff Bagwell 2 for 4, his 3rd of the year. Awoken, don't want to get the white spinning circle of doom. There you go. How cold is it in Cleveland today? Milwaukee beats Florida 2-1. King with a win 2-1. Alfonseca with a loss 2-1. Curtis Laskanzik gets his 6th save. St. Louis downs Atlanta 5-4. Klein 2-1. Remlinger falls to 1-5. Ray Langford 2 for 4, his 8th of the year, drives in 3. Cleveland behind Bartolo Colon, the man, the myth, the athletic legend, beats Tampa 6-4. Lopez takes the loss 3-2. Gonzalez 3 for 4, 2 RBI and 2 doubles. Baltimore beats the Yankees 9-3. Pat Henkin 3-1. Roger Clemens falls to 2-3. Oh gosh darn. DeLauer to Shields 1 for 3. His second, drives in 3. Twins beat the Royals 6-4. Redmond 3-1. Meadows 0-5. Sanchez 4 for 5 with a triple. Blue Jays beat Seattle 4-2. Paris 1-2. Abbott 1-1. John Olerud. Really? 3 for 4. Oh yeah, for Seattle. 3 for 4 is 4th and 2 doubles. Red Sox beat the A's 7-6. Tomo Oka 3-2. Felix Heredia 1-1. Brian Daubach 2 for 4 is 4th, drives in 2. Detroit beats Anaheim 5-1. Parashow 2-1. Schoenweiss 0-4. Todd Jones with the save. You've waited for this one all week. It's Cleveland and Tampa. Drew versus Wilson. Next! Well, we've reached the final of the second game of the doubleheader. 15 in the Cleveland area. Below 0 wind chill. We've now hit 8 below regular temp here in Burlington, as Paul Wilson takes his warm-up tosses. This will not be the lone Cleveland game on the channel this year. They are 18-9, but still trail the White Sox. Tampa is 16-13. This is their 98, 99, 4th year of existence. Paul Wilson, and I'll tell you about him after I grab a sip of ginger ale. The danger for any broadcaster is how much to drink after you've talked for a while. Because in a real stadium, I believe it's Paul Wilson, the expert, in a real stadium, it would not just be 5 feet to the toity. Zalapsky Smurf says minus 25 Canadian with a wind chill in southwest Ontario. We're actually colder than you right now because it's 31 below Fahrenheit with a wind chill. Wilson is making his 7th start of the year. He's 20th in the American League in ERA, 36th in wins with 3, and 29th in Ks with 31. He has won all 3 decisions. He last pitched against the Orioles on the 30th, a 6-5 win, 5 2/3, 100 pitches, 2 hits, 3 runs all earned. He walked 4 and struck out 5. Wilson, 33 2/3, 20 hits, 12 runs, 10 earned. The homer came against the Red Sox on the 19th. He has walked 10 and struck out 31. If you joined us late, the Phillies beat the Giants 8-6 just a moment ago. John's one daughter is in Syracuse for work. She says it's 16 below there. His other daughter lives in the Poconos. She says it's -6 there. It's 11 degrees wherever John is, and they'll be wearing for shorts to work next week. Anyway, so here's a lineup for the Indians. Kenny Lofton leading off in center field. Omar Vizquel at short will bat second. Robbie Alomar at second, batting third. Juan Gonzalez in right, replacing Manny Ramirez, cleans up. Jim Thome is at first. He'll bat fifth. This is a good lineup. Ellis Burks, the DH, batting sixth. Cordova, in his fine Corinthian leather, will be in left, batting seventh. Russell Branyan at third, bats eighth. And Diaz behind the plate goes ninth. And Drew on the mound in his 95 pitches. Defensively for Tampa, it's Grieve in left. He's a 4 and a 6. Gerald Williams, a 9 and an 8 in center, and his love affair with Pedro Martinez is a Hallmark movie of the week. Guillen in right is a 9 and a 9. Castilla, is that Vinny? Is an 8 at third. Martinez a 4 at short. Johnson a 4 at second. The Crime Dog is a 5 at first. John Flaherty is a 5 and a 2 behind the plate. Wilson is a 7 on the mound with a 9.44 fielding percentage. Lofton steps in, 270, 2 homers, and 9 RBI. And these are the games of Kentucky Derby Day, May 5th, 2001. Lofton's first pitch is a fly ball to right. Guillen will move over into right center. Lofton used to have some serious wheels indeed, but not there. 1 out. Brings up Vizquel at 252, no homers, and 9 RBI. We expect Cleveland to be in the playoffs. Once we get into October. Vizquel up the middle, that's a base hit. Vinny Castilla was a Ray in 2000 and 2001. I'd forgotten that. Here's Robbie Alomar. Robbie at 330. 3 homers and 19 RBI. Wilson deals. Fly ball. Center field. Williams has it lined up for the catch. And that is the second out. Yeah, I always thought of him as a Rocky. I forgot. Here, and I don't remember one. How long was Gonzalez in Cleveland? My goodness, 396, 4 homers, and 24 RBI. So Vizquel on first, 2 out. Just the start of things here in Game 2. Wilson kicks and fires. There goes Vizquel on a hit and run. And they got Vizquel trying to steal. So Gonzalez couldn't make contact, and the throw was good down the middle of the infield, and that'll do it. So the Indians don't strain anybody. They get a hit and get a runner thrown out. Half an inning in the books, no score. So it's Tim Drew making his fourth start, 1-1, with an earned run average of 277. He's 22 years old. 2001 and won just one game in 2005. Wow. Was there an injury, a trade? That's bizarre. Fastball at 88 and a fly ball pitcher. Drew last pitched and was hurt on the 27th against the Rangers. Inning in the third, 25 pitches, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. So overall, 13 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. The homer came against the White Sox. He's walked 9 and struck out 6. Injury. Ouch. Ouch. So here's how the Rays will line it up. Gerald Williams, former Yankee, will lead off in center field. Johnson batting second, playing second. Grieve in left will bat third. Mo Vaughn, the hit dog, or Greg Vaughn, tore the hamstring off the bone. Ow! Oh, Vaughn, the DH, cleans up. McGriff at first will bat fifth. Vinny Castilla goes sixth at third. Guillen in right batting seventh. John Flaherty behind the plate goes eighth, and Martinez at short batting ninth. Wilson threw 14 pitches in the first. Cordova is a 6 and a 5 in left. Kenny Lofton a 5 and a 3 in center. Juan Gonzalez a 5 and a 7 in right. Branyan 4 at third. Vizquel and Alomar, 2 peaches in the infield. They're both 10s. Tomia 4 at first. Diaz at 8 and a 5 behind the plate. And Drew is a 5 on the mound with an 875 fielding percentage. Gerald at 255, 3 homers and 13 RBI. Drew's pitch, and there's a base hit into right field. Gonzalez will pick it up for the base hit. So the only expansion team that we haven't featured at home yet in this replay would be the Rockies. We haven't done a game at Coors. We've done one at whenever Joe Robbie was called in 2001. We've done one game in Arizona, and we'll certainly will do more there. Tampa gets the home appearance. But we're due to go to Coors. Here's Russ Johnson, 337, no homers, and 7 RBI. Throw to first, and Williams is back. Drew goes to the plate. Johnson into center field. Lofton drifting over. 1 out. I'll have to look to see what I've picked out for next week. Tuesday night in prime time, Wednesday and Thursday in the afternoon, and yes, hopefully we do get some golf in next week. It is Bed Grieve. I don't know why. I knew the name, but his dad, of course, was the GM of the Rangers at this point, and I somehow got the names confused. 260, no homers, and 5 RBI. Drew sets and deals, and that gets away from Diaz, and Williams is going to move up 90 on the wild pitch. I don't know if Pesky Pole is still here, because I know it's his lunch hour and he's teaching, and it's not 37 below zero in South Carolina. Any changes in Action PC tend to be really subtle. You look at it and go, what changed? You'll figure it out. It's just hard to describe at times. The 1-2 to Grieve is a fly ball to right. Gonzalez makes the catch. Williams goes back to tag. And Hal McRae's going to send him. The throw is going to be closer than I thought, and it is in time. Russell Branyan got down the tag. Surviving the cold, yep, it is now -8 actual air temperature, John. The wind chill probably about 35 below. We tried doing the stream with the cat, and she just wanted no part of it. So after 1 inning, They run on Juan Gonzalez, and look who's at the plate. No score. So Juan Gon still at 396, 4 homers and 24 RBI. Wilson starts the second. Ground ball to Johnson behind the bag over to first for the out. One of the things that they tried to do here at the Trop, and this is not the bad carpet that was there, is that was one of the first indoor places after the Astrodome gave it up to just do a full dirt infield outside of where the grass or turf should be. Here's Jim Thome, 386. Wow. 6 homers and 21 RBI. Wilson's got to be careful. Thome into right. Guillen going back. Way back. Way back. And that is long gone. Halfway up the bleachers in right field. A solo homer for Jim Thome. And the Indians draw first blood, 1-0. That's his 7th of the year. And Thome just crushed that one. Got to be careful. There's catwalks up there. And the Tribe fans who are filling this place cheer. And if you're not careful, Ellisburg's, by the way, 237, a homer and 16 RBI. 20 degrees where Russian Reb is in New Jersey. The wind, Russian Reb is the warm spot right now. It's plus 17. If you're not careful up there, if you hit one on the catwalks, Right Said Fred does an immediate concert. Because he's just too sexy for the catwalk. Burks. That's in the left. Grieve. Makes the catch. 2 out for Cordova. Marty at 317, 4 homers and 17 RBIs. And is tired of your fine Corinthian leather jokes. Lace to right. Guillen makes the catch to retire the side. It's Greg Vaughn, not Mo. Jim Thome with a monster shot to right, and after an inning and a half, it's 1-0 Cleveland. So Greg Vaughn, Fred McGriff, and Vinny Castilla. That should have been Fred McGriff's nickname. Which? Greg at 271, 4 homers. And, oh, Right Said Fred. There you go. I believe McGriff was a more established player before that one-hit wonder. Right Said Fred. Here you go. Has anyone actually ever seen Tom Amansky? Pitch to Vaughn. Greg in the left. Cordova moving over. Makes the catch. 1 out for the Crime Dog. So Tom Amansky coming in at 303, 4 homers and 20 RBI. Remember, his VHS tapes get results. He walked him. So McGriff looked at a full count curveball high and outside. 1 out for Vinny Castilla. I think that's towards the end of his career, too. Vinny at 239, 2 homers and 15 RBI. Drew's pitch. Castilla sends this one high and deep to left. Cordova motoring over to make the catch, and McGriff goes back. We've got to be close to the end of McGriff's career here. Here's Jose Guillen. 324, 3 homers and 9 RBI. Chopper up the middle. Vizquel, what's he going to do? He throws over to Thome, and that will be it. So McGriff is stranded. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 2 in game 2. 1-0 Cleveland. So Russell Branyan is at 247, 4 homers and 13 RBI. Yeah, that's a half-pregnant song, John. And, of course, if you don't know, DJ John 444. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, then you're not going to know DJ John 444 is, in fact, a working wedding DJ. And so, yeah, there is no half-pregnant with that. You love it or you hate it. I love it. Branyan draws the walk. So a full count curveball low and inside, or 3-0 curveball that Branyan was watching. Here's Einar Diaz at 135, no homers and 6 RBI. Branyan not a threat to steal. 1-0 Tribe, top the third. Diaz laces this one into left for Grieve, who's going to pick it up off a hop. Branyan is going to hold. Grieve should have gotten to that one. He did not. And then I'll bring up Lofton. Opening 9 for Wilson. 41 pitches, 2 innings plus 3 hits. The home run to Tomei. A walk and no strikeouts. Lofton is 0 for 1. And right now, he's an overworked mailman, which is not too sexy for his car. Kenny in the right. Guillen giving chase in the corner. Makes the catch. Branyan goes back. Guillen with a cannon of an arm. And they're going to try for Branyan. Branyan, let's see, Guillen got a lot on that throw, but I think Branyan, well, it's going to be closer than I think because you can't see it. The tag is down. Diaz moves to second, and Branyan is out. Castilla got the tag in there, and Diaz moves to second. So Guillen with an outfield assist, and there's 2 out for Vizquel, who singled, and Zalapsky Smurf with 1 to grow on, saying, in this cold, I'd recommend not being too sexy for your shirt. And may I recommend a Van Heusen dress shirt, good for any occasion that requires anything with buttons. And you can find Van Heusen dress shirts at your local May department store. Just in case Russian Rep thought I couldn't do any impressions today. Omar Vizquel singled. Don't forget, yes, and just mix and match week at Mays. Your members only jacket is 30% off. And if you want the Lindsey Nelson model, which would go over for our couch cover, it is 50% off. It may be dressed nicely now for your Valentine's Day date with a members-only jacket and a nice button-up Van Heusen shirt. Only at the May Company. Pitch to Vizquel. Omar laces this one into right field. That's a base hit. Diaz is going to do what? Is he going to run on Guillen? I wouldn't. He is going to run on Guillen. They've already had 1 runner thrown out. Guillen, good throw to Flaherty. They're going to be close, and he's out. They got him. So the Indians run themselves right out of the inning. They do not score. They get a hit, and they leave on a runner. Bottom of the third. Tribe fans already changing the channel. It's 1-0 Cleveland. Boo. The computer's running that. Not me. John Flaherty is at 208. A homer and 6 RBI. Into left. Cordova makes the catch, 1 out. For Felix Martinez, Felix at 313, no homers and 9 RBI. Tim Drew's pitch. There's a ground ball past Alomar for a base hit. And the Devil Rays have 2 hits. So Drew's opening 9, 44 pitches, 2 in the third, 2 hits and a walk. Gerald Williams is 1 for 1. He led off with a single, only the second hit for Tampa. Martinez leads off. Fly ball to right. Gonzalez reaches over, makes the catch. Thanks for hanging with us on this cold Friday afternoon, wherever you are. Russ Johnson's 0 for 1. It'll be the Chiefs and the Eagles, 6:30 Sunday night for the NFL Championship, right here on Retro Sports Network. Pitch to Russ. Draws the walk. And that'll bring up Ben Grieve. Ben is 0 for 1. So first and second, 2 out here in the third. Indians 1, Devil Rays nothing. On Geraldine night. Is it you, or are you the only one looking forward to some spring training and opening day? You know what started yesterday? Pitch to Grieve. There's a ground ball to Drew. Larry goes to Tomey. Maybe. Grieve's running and beat it out. So they're loaded. Grieve just turned on the afterburners, and they're loaded for Greg Vaughn, who's 0 for 1. Oh, good, because the real game in 9 days. Yes. Do I have a preference to? No. I really don't. I'm fine with either the Chefs or the Eagles. The Caribbean Series started yesterday. Pitch to Vaughn. Fly ball, left field. Cordova should grab this, and Tampa's not going to cash anything out of here. How about that? We go to the fourth. They leave him loaded. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. It is Cleveland 1, Tampa nothing. So Alomar, Gonzalez, and Tomei to face Wilson here in the fourth. Robbie's 0 for 1. Bought some ribs for this weekend. Pitch to Alomar. In the right, Guillen moving over. Makes the catch. I know that if Mr. Howard was here, he would talk about how Western Washington University has started their softball season. So no, you're not the only one looking forward to some real baseball. Here's Juan Gonzalez. He's 0 for 1. Line drive left field. That's going to get around the corner. Ben Grieve will pick it up. Gonzalez has 2 at least. Grieve throws it in. And for Juan Gon, that's his 12th double. 5th hit for the Indians. Here's Tomey. He homered, and the second is last time up. Wonder who Rihanna wants to win the Caribbean Series. From Barbados, they're also doing the Caribbean Cricket Championships right now, too. And just confirmed that it was still the Devil Rays in 0-1. Did I purchase anything from Strat? Not yet. Tomey strikes out. Full count. Fastball. 2 out for Ellis Burks, who is 0 for 1. Someone is in the process of buying a new laptop, and so the money's going there. Burks into left field. That should get home Gonzalez. Grieve will pick it up. Gonzalez rounds third and will go. Grieve has a decent arm, but not that great. Then the throw is going to get down behind Gonzalez, and it's 2-0 Cleveland. So Burks goes to second. The Indians double their lead, 2-0 for Cordova, who's 0 for 1. I don't really do the card and dice portion of that, so the Strat Black cards didn't do too much for me. So 2 out, 2-0 Cleveland, top of the fourth. Cordova 0 for 1. Marty in the left center. Williams moves over. And Gerald will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. You already saw the standings. We'll show them again at the end of the broadcast. It's 2-0 Cleveland. So McGriff, Castilla, and Guillen to face Tim Drew, who's already at 61 pitches through 3. McGriff, ground ball foul, first base side. Somebody from Tarpon Springs made the play. You bought 76 along with 22. I'm very interested in the Japanese set, which is a computer only. And I guess there's a Cuban set too. McGriff, an 0-2 count. Got him. Change up on the outside corner, 1 out. That's Drew's first strikeout. Castilla is 0 for 1. I know that someone that Kurt Bergman is working with has come out with a greatest hits for a World Baseball Classic in cards and dice form. That's this year as well. Castilla, that's into left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Lofton makes a bad play. Castilla's into second standing. So Tampa, again, trying to take advantage. So the current Strat P76 version is the old one. With the new release, assume, yeah, but you have to buy it again. You can own an old season. You can't buy an old season once it's taken out. So if you have 76, you're fine. But if you want the new 76, excuse me, you gotta buy the new game to go with it. And boy, did we jump the prices up for that. So be careful when you're looking at it. Everything's up $2. The game's up $2. Card and dice image is up $2. And I believe the new season is up $3 if you bought it separate. Pitch to Guillen. Ground ball to third. Branyan over to Tomey for the out. So Castilla with my speed holds at second, 2 out. Or Flaherty, John is 0 for 1. There goes Castilla, into right center field. That's going to get a run in, you would think. Gonzalez will pick it up, although Castilla has 0 speed. And with 2 out, we're not doing the coin flip there. So runners on the corners. Tim Drew is living the life of Riley at the moment. Okay, I won't say that out loud. Felix Martinez is 1 for 1. Does she watch? Pitch, runners on the corners. Martinez will get a run on the board with that. That's into the alley in left center field. Martinez is into second standing. Flaherty rounds third, and we're tied up at 2. So a 2-run double from Martinez, the number 9 hitter. And both teams have 2 runs on 6 hits. So Tim Drew, 3 2/3, 18 batters, 78 pitches. 6 hits, he's walked 2 and struck out 1. Williams is 1 for 2. Got him. So swung on and missed on the fastball. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Well, John said what he spent, and I didn't want to say anything if his wife was watching these streams. And then John says, she watches me and shakes her head. She just doesn't understand. After 4 here in Tampa, the Indians and Devil Rays are tied at 2. So Wilson probably down to brass tacks here in the 5th. It'll be Branyan, Diaz, and Lofton here. Russell has walked. He's 0 for 1. Or actually, doesn't it? He's walked. That was it. Wilson starts the 5th, and Branyan walks again. So Branyan hasn't needed to take the bat off the shoulder. Einar Diaz singled his first time up. Flaherty and Wilson have a word. Paul deals. Diaz swings, ground ball to first. Might be two. McGriff? Nope, just to the bag himself. 1 out. So Russell moves to second. Here's Lofton. He's 0 for 2. So Wilson, 4 1/3, 84 pitches, 6 hits. The home run to Jim Thome. And he walked 2 and struck out 1. And this is definitely his last inning of work. Gets away from Flaherty, and Branyan will hold. So a 2-0 fastball in the dirt. And it's not a wild pitch if nobody moves. The 3-0. Ground ball to Johnson. Second over to first. Branyan is there. Goes to third. 2 out for Vizquel. Omar is 2 for 2. You think you're in the Strat is going to be releasing packs of cards to buy like baseball cards. Was that the Strat Black? It's very curious to see if that would actually sell. It's something I thought of years ago. Like a Topps baseball card with a full-fledged game. But then again, you know, if you put it in a package of 15 or whatever, it'd be great for draft leagues, wouldn't it? Oh, the Strat Express game. Tribe Fan does not want the 1989. Yeah, I think it would be for that. So for the Strat Express, that would work. The 89 Randy St. Clair, who's from my hometown of Glens Falls, New York. Pitch to Vizquel, who's 2 singles. That's a pop-up into center. Williams rides the Schwinn, and I get a drink because we're halfway home. 8 below 0 day. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's Cleveland 2, Tampa 2. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here in a 2-2 tie. Jim Thome homered for Cleveland in the second. Above, deep, about halfway up the bleachers in right field to make it 1-0. They failed to score on 2 hits and a walk in the third. So did Tampa in the fourth. Cleveland made it 2-0. Ellis Burks with an RBI single. And then Tampa tied the ball game in the bottom of the fourth. A 2-run double by Felix Martinez. This is not a pitcher's duel, Russian Reb. Drew, a 6-hitter through 4, 2 runs both earned. He's probably close to done. He's walked 2 and struck out 2. And Paul Wilson's day is done. 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs both earned. The homer to Thome. He has walked 2 and struck out 1. So Johnson, Grieve, and Vaughn. Johnson is 0 for 1 with a walk. Drew starts the 5th with a line drive left center field. That's going to be extra bases. Another bad play by Lofton, and that's a double. Brad shows up halfway home of game 2. Here's Brent Grieve. Ben is 1 for 2 with a single. And Grieve draws the walk. So Drew, he's coming down right to the end as well. Here's Greg Vaughn. He's 0 for 2. So runners on first and second. Why would I bunt with a power hitter with a 0 bunt rating? And a pitcher who's tiring. Because I want him to ground into a double play instead. Vizquel, Alomar for 1. Thome for 2. 6-4-3. Well, that's why you bunt. Keith Law says bad boy. Brad had a late lunch. What was for lunch? Here's McGriff. He's walked and struck out. He's 0 for 1. Johnson leads off at third, and McGriff draws the walk. Here's Castilla. Vinny has doubled and scored 1 for 2. We'll ask Brad because Brad studies a lot of the numbers. Keith Law, who hates bunts more than his mother-in-law and has written a lot of things why you shouldn't do it. What is your take on that? I don't think the bunt is a bad play. Oh, grilled hot dog and some pretzels. That's a nice day. What's your take on that? There are teams that play small ball well. I don't think it's either one of these two. Pitch to Diaz and Drew have a word. Runners on the corners for Castilla. Drew's pitch. Castilla slaps this one to first. Tomey, I think, is going to take it himself. And that's going to be close. And Castilla is out on the bang-banger. So that'll do it. We played 5. No runs, a hit. And they leave on 2. After 5, 2-2. Oh, my goodness. What do you do? So switchy righty-lefty. And the lost Judd brother. Naomi and Ashley, you know, but what about Mike? Thrown out of the band and made to pitch for their Devil Rays. 3-0 on the replay, a 1.64 ERA. 26 in wins, although he's done as of 5 days from now. So he's out of Starge. 26 years old, fastball at 91 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Went 5 innings against the Tigers on the 28th, a week ago. 5 innings, 84 pitches, 3 hits, a run it was earned. Walked 2 and struck out 4. 22 innings, only 8 hits allowed. Wow. 4 runs all earned. However, he's walked 11 and struck out 13. All right, John, good to see you. Keith can speak for you. As a general rule, bunting is a bad choice. In select specific rare situations, it's the best option. Even now, Brad says, managers will bunt far more often than they ought to. So my counter to that, and this is somewhat to play devil, Brad continues, but remove the bunt as a common tool and fewer people will even bother to master it, especially now with the pitcher's not hitting. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, unfortunately. Okay? So my counter to that, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all, but to play devil's advocate, in the era of the strikeout, isn't a bunt more productive and out than just, hacking away? Because there's nothing good that happens from a strikeout for an offensive point of view. Pitch to Alomar. Roberto pops it up left side. Castilla is going to run out of room. And somebody from St. Petersburg makes that catch. It's 0-2. Robbie hits a ground ball to third. Castillo over to first for the out. Here's Gonzalez, 1 for 2, a double and a run scored. I'm not much of a bunter. If I see a situation where I think I can surprise the AI, I will. Or a situation I think that makes sense. The bunt isn't necessarily better than the K. It is case dependent. Yeah, I think if you need to produce, and that's the thing with a double play, you trade for the. Brad says, here's your rule of thumb: trading for an out for a run is usually worthwhile, which is why I'd much rather, as a defense, I'll turn 2 and give up the run. Trading it out for a base, however, is almost never worth it. And Russian Rep says, I think it's also a matter of what time in the game we're talking about. Late game bunt, I would say yes. Early game, no. Again, all good points. Pitch to Gonzalez. Juan's never going to bunt it, and he punches that into right for a single. Action PC works on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being bad and 10 being perfect. And so Jim Thome here with the runner on first is a bunt rating of 0. Strat, I think, makes bunting easy. And Brad is a Weaver disciple. Probably a better manager, too. Your most valuable resource in baseball are your 3 outs. Guard them carefully. I also think it depends on... Let's not get into the hit and run. I'll do it. I don't like it, but I'll do it. Thome laces this one into right field for a base hit. Ginn will pick it up. I am not a fan in games of the intentional walk. I've done them, but I don't like it. Here's Burks, 1 for 2. Ellis has singled and driven into 17th run. First and second, Cleveland threatening here. 1 out, top the 6th. Judd in trouble. Got him. A 1-2 fastball on the inside corner. So that brings up Cordova. 2 out. Marty is 0 for 2. Runners go. Marty punches this one into left. That's going to drop in front of Grieve. Gonzalez, not the world's fastest runner, rounds third. Grieve will do what? Is going to try to throw it. And Gonzalez is going to beat the throw with ease. And Thome moves to third. Is Cordova moving to second? In fact, there's an error on the play, so Cordova will go to second. Grieve throws it away, and Thome's going to score to make it 4-2. So Grieve uncorks a wild one and 2-run score. Branyan has walked twice. It's 4-2 Cleveland. Tribe fan need to wake up. Brad says, I'm right about the K's. The run-scoring environment can change the value of a given strategy, like bunting and hit and run, etc. Context matters. Judd just became a dud. Well, that's why Naomi and Ashley threw him out. Hit and run, pre-lively ball, I think you have to. So here's Branyan. 2 out, top of the 6th. Branyan laces this one high and deep to right, and that ball is gone. So Judd lays a dozen eggs on the mound. You can buy them at Publix for $6.95. And it's now 6-2 Cleveland. So Drew, who I didn't think was going to do that, good distraction for Tribe fan. Drew's got 4 runs to play with. I got to pull Judd. I really didn't want to. He had 70 pitches, and he's not pitching again, so... I don't know, anyone who grew up watching Tom Berenger in Major League can't enjoy a good bunt now and then. Oh, gosh. I can't use Sturts. I could. It's going to have to be Sturts. Could use Jeff Wallace. Judd says, leave me in. Yeah, Russell Branyan. Oh, you both said it at the same time. Late 90s, early aughts version of Rob Deere. And Brad says, was Adam done before done? That's why you guys are here. 6-2, 2 out here in the 6th. Cleveland is pushed across 4. They lead 6-2. Diaz, 1 for 2. Ground ball, base hit left side. Any Tampa fans here? Jamie's not watching. So here's Lofton with that 196 batting average coming in. Look at this at bat. He's 0 for 3. Judd's pitch. And that'll do it. Ground ball, base hit, left side. So Judd was a dud. Diaz is going to dig for third. The throw from Grieve is in time. They got him. Castilla put the tag on. Cleveland a bit aggressive on the bases. Steve Carsey coming in to pitch for the Indians. Bottom of the sixth now. 6-2 Cleveland. Carsey 1-0 with an 0.95 ERA. 15th appearance, 29 years old. Fastball at 93. And a ground ball pitcher. Pitched last night against the Rays. 1 inning. 18 hits, 2 hits, and a walk. 19 innings overall. 16 hits, 2 runs. Both earned. He's walked 4 and struck out 19. Jose Guillen's 0 for 2. 6 runs, 12 hits now for the Indians. No errors. They've left on 4. 2 runs, 7 hits, and an error for Tampa. And they've left on 7. Carsey starts his outing with a fly ball to left. Cordova over in the alley. 1 out. Carsey can throw about 25 pitches. Cordova, oh, by the way, gets some rug burn on that catch. And there's 1 out. Brad talked about hot dogs and pretzels. You know what I had for lunch today? Here's John Flaherty. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Now, mind you, it's 8 below 0. That's the air temperature here in Burlington right now. Flaherty, high ground ball to third. Branyan is going to misplay it. And Flaherty's going to reach on the air. So both teams have committed 1 boo-boo. And here's Felix Martinez, who's 2 for 2. Single, double, and it's driven in 2. Yeah, we are staying warm up here. We cranked the temperature up to 75. And thankfully the wind is blowing away from the windows that face us. But tomorrow morning, minus 45. And Jamie, right on cue, says 8 below. That's cold no matter where you're from. Oh, yeah. And the 45 below wind chill tomorrow morning? Mm-hmm. Alexa, what's the wind chill?
Currently, the wind chill is minus 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, expect it'll feel like minus 51 degrees.
There are not enough border collies in the state of Vermont to make you feel warm about that. Single to double for Martinez. Carsey walked him, and so Tampa has 2 on and 1 out for Gerald Williams, who's 1 for 3. He is singled and struck out. There's a liner to center. Lofton moving over, makes the catch. We think? Yep. 2 out. So I picked up a box of, it was on sale as Russ Johnson steps in, 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. Looking at breakfast stuff a while ago, I picked up a box of barley. It was ridiculously cheap. And my wife looked at it one morning earlier this week and goes, they want this for soups. I said, it was sold in the breakfast department. Pitch to Johnson. Fly ball right field. Gonzalez will make the catch to retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error. After 6, it's 6-2 Cleveland. So Naomi will come out and try to pitch the 7th. We always order out Russian Rib. I see wings in my future for them. So we had time today, and I knew I was doing a doubleheader. And so I looked it up, and yep, you can make barley for breakfast like you do oatmeal. So I had that for lunch. It was actually quite good. Vizquel 2 for 3 as we start the 7th. Ground ball to Martinez. At short, 1 out. There's Robbie Alomar. He's 0 for 3. Chopper to second. Johnson. Judd, after stinking up the joint in the 6th, is now 1 out from having a clean inning. Juan Gonzalez is 2 for 3. He has singled, doubled, and scored twice. Judd pitches, and it's foul tipped, and the count remains 0-2. We're doing ribs this weekend. Pitch from Judd. Into right. Oh, that sounds good. Guillen will make the catch, and that will be the side. Paul Shuey coming in. Stretch time here in Tampa. 6-2 Indians. Russian Reb is making some pepper rub ribs with a homemade barbecue sauce. Yummy. The wife will mix some Frank's Hot and some barbecue sauce we have in the fridge, I think, for our ribs. Anyway, Paul Shuey, 30 years old, splitter at 97, so he throws it hard. Ground ball plus pitcher. Last pitched on the 2nd, so he's on 3 days rest. 8-7 loss to the Royals. He did not figure in the decision. 1-0 with an 0.73 ERA. 1 inning, 24 pitches, a walk and a strikeout. Overall, Shuey 12 1/3, 6 hits, a run. It was earned. He's walked 8. And struck out 15. Squeaky Shuey. It'll be Green, Vaughn, and McGriff. Ben is 1 for 2. He is singled and walked. So thanks for hanging out for the last 2 hours. Pitch to Grieve. Struck him out. Shuey might be able to go 2 innings. It won't be enough. Here's Greg Vaughn. Greg is 0 for 3. He is grounded into a double play. There's a liner in the right field. Going to drop in front of Gonzalez. Juan will cut it off, and Vaughn has himself a single. So as we play the bottom of the 7th, here's Fred McGriff. He has walked twice and struck out, 0 for 1. 6 runs, 12 hits, an error for Cleveland. They've left on 4. 2 runs, 8 hits, an error for Tampa, and they have left on 9. Shuey's pitch. Struck him out. So there's 2 out, a 2-2 splitter at 92, and with Castilla at the plate, and Vaughn begging to steal second, has an 83% chance. Vinny is 1 for 3, a double, and a run scored. There goes Vaughn. Diaz a throw down to Alomar, and Greg has his 3rd of the year. Grieve, Vaughn, and Castilla were all busts when they came to Tampa Bay. They were supposed to be the home run show, but they ended up or the hit show. But replace the H. No, just add an S to the H, and you get a whole bunch. And you like this down south of sugar, honey, and iced tea. 1 strike count to Castilla. Vaughn on second. 6-2 Cleveland. Here's the pitch. Got him. And Shuey strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, or 1 hit, no errors. They leave her on a run. We get a good morning, afternoon, and good night. We go to the 8th. 6-2 Tribe. So here's Tommy. He has singled and homered. His 7th of the year, now driven in 22. That wind is starting to change direction a little bit. I can feel it. I don't remember a wind chill in this part of Vermont that hit 50 below 0. Pitch to Tommy. Jim hits a ground ball to Johnson. Russ for the out over to McGriff. Here's Ellis Burks, 1 for 3. Has an RBI, his 17th, and a strikeout. There was a week in the winter of 79, basically about 44 years ago, where it plunged into the high single digits below 0, low teens. and the wind chills were hitting about 40 below. But remember, that's with the old wind chill scale, not the new one. So it's blankety blank cold. Pitch to Burks. Ellis hits a ground ball to third. Castilla over to McGriff for the out. And Judd, despite that one bad inning, is 1 out away from finishing his third. He's retired the last 6. Here's Cordova, 1 for 3. Marty is single, driven in 2 with a run scored. There's a ground ball to Johnson. Judd might finish this out. Going to take the loss, but he might finish it. Inning over, and we played 7.5 here at the Trop. No runs, no hits, no errors. Cleveland 6, Tampa 2. Jamie, how often do you get to the Trop? If you do. Here's Guillen, by the way. Flaherty and Martinez to follow as Shuey's going to pitch or start his second inning. Jose is 0 for 3. Shuey winds and deals. And there is a flopper in the center field that's going to drop for a base hit. Ninth hit for the Jays, 6-12-1 for Cleveland. They've left on 4. 2-9-1 for the Devil Rays. And they have left on 2. Flaherty is 1 for 3 with a run scored. Got him, that's 4. He swung out a splitter out of the zone, 1 out. And here's Martinez. Felix is 2 for 2, single, double, driven in 2. You used to go about 20 times a year. You lived less than 10 minutes away, but your daughter, being the athletic genius that she is, got more business, and that declined. Understandably so. Runner on first is Guillen. Martinez strikes out. That's 5 for Shuey, and that'll do it for him. What an effort for Paul. Steve Reed coming in. Indians lead 6-2. We got a pitching change. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. This game coming to the Trop from St. Petersburg. So Reed 1-0 with a 5.25 ERA. 35 years old. Slider at 88. And a ground ball pitcher. So I'm assuming, Jamie, this would be the era that you'd get to about 20 games a year. He'll pitch last night in their 6-4 win over the Rays. 1 inning, 19 pitches, 2 hits and a strikeout. 12 innings overall, a 1-0 record, and a 5.25 ERA. 12 hits, 7 runs all earned, 2 homers, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Top of the lineup, Gerald Williams 1 for 4. Yeah, that's when you moved down there. 2000 to 2015. Those were some good years. Tampa learned to be competitive really early. Gerald Williams 1 for 4. He is singled and struck out. Ground ball up the middle. Alomar scarfs it up, takes it to the bag himself from behind the bag, and that will do it. We go to the 9th. It's still no runs at 1 hit, and then the Rays leave on a runner after 8, 6-2 Cleveland. Russian Reb would like to know when the name officially changed. When did they drop the Devil out of the Devil Rays? So here's Branyan. And, oh yeah, Adam Dunn, Rob Deere, look at that. In 315 real-life at-bats, he struck out 132 times. He has a home run today. He's driven in 2 and has walked twice. He's 1 for 1. Judd starts the 9th. High fly ball, right field. That's got a chance. Guillen hoping to track it down. That's off the wall. And Branyan's in the second with a double, his 8th. And so there you go, Russian Reb. It was 2006. First year under the new ownership. Immediate rebranding. Thanks, Brad. So here's Diaz. He's 2 for 3. Indians, 13th hit. And that's a walk, and that'll do it for Judd. Well, we tried. It'll be lefty, switchy, switchy. So Jeff Wallace coming in. Changed the colors to blue and white, and they've had since 2008. Wallace making his 5th appearance. Has a save and an earned run average of 318. 25 years old. Fastball hard thrower at 97. And a fly ball pitcher. Has 1 save. Last pitch last night, 2 innings, 30 pitches, a walk and 2 strikeouts. Overall, 5 2/3. 4 hits, 2 runs, all earned. He's walked 5 and struck out 6. So Brandon on second, Diaz on first. Tampa, if they can slam the door with nobody out, have a snowball's chance in the 9th. Johnson, Grieve, and Vaughn. Kenny Lofton, 1 for 4. He's got himself a single. And Yolbert Cabrera will pinch hit for Kenny Vaughn, or for Kenny Lofton. Been a long stream. Yolbert, 7 for 30. No homers and 3 RBI. Does have a 1 pinch hit and 1 RBI. Wallace winds and deals. This might be 2. Castilla at third. Gonna just try for the 1. McGriff on the bag at first. And Cabrera is retired. So second and third now, 1 out for Vizquel. Now, here's a situation where you could walk Vizquel to pitch to Alomar. I'm not going to do it. I'd rather pitch to Vizquel, but I'm bringing the infield in. There's a strategy you don't see very much because it usually backfires on you. But we don't want, for Tampa, to give up any more runs. Wallace with the infield in. Vizquel, of course, is going to punch this in for a single. Brannon's going to score. Grieve finally gets to it. Diaz will round third and hold. And it's first and third, 7-2, Cleveland. That'll bring up Alomar. Robbie is 0 for 4. So the Indians are about to go in 19-9 unless Tampa has a few tricks up their sleeve in the 9th. They'll play for 2 here. McGriff, Martinez for 1. Diaz will score. No throw back to first, or a late throw. So 3-6 on the fielder's choice, and it's now 8-2 Cleveland. Tribe fan motoring through his work on a 20 minutes of 2 on a Friday afternoon with a smile on his face. Here's Juan Gonzalez. He is 2 for 4. A single, a double, and he has scored twice. Alomar on first. There's a base hit in the left field. And Grieve will pick it up. So Robbie will try for third. The throw down there, and Alomar is in there. And in fact, Grieve will throw it away, and Alomar can't score. So another error for Ben Grieve. So second and third for Tommy. Even Jamie would be headed for the exits right now. Tommy 2 for 4, a single, a solo homer. He has scored twice. That's one of the things that's new in the game is the AI is a lot more aggressive on the bases. Second and third, Tommy into right center. Williams rides the Schwinn. Don't ride your bike inside. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. The Indians get 2 on 3 hits, and the air does not hurt. They leave on a couple. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's 8-2 Indians. So Tampa needs 6 to tie and 7 to win. Steve Reed stays in the game. Russ Johnson is 1 for 3. He has doubled and walked. Although for Rays games, you don't have to worry about traffic getting out of the parking lot. No, you don't. Ground ball, base hit right side. He's digging for 2, and he's in there. His 12th double. So here's Grieve. Ben is 1 for 3. He's walked and struck out. 25 combined hits, 15 for the Indians, 10 for the Devil Rays. Pitch to Grieve is a liner to right. Gonzalez makes the catch. No, he doesn't. Dropped right in front of him. So runners on the corners and nobody out. For Greg Vaughn, who's 1 for 4. He has singled, stolen a base, and grounded into a double play. Nobody out. Bottom of the 9th, 8-2 Cleveland, but Tampa threatening here. Don't bunt. Wasn't even thinking about it. Diaz and Reed have a word. The word is get somebody out. Reed deals. Line drive right field. That's a base hit. Johnson's going to score. Grieve round second. He's going for third. Vaughn's in with a double. So it's 8-3. There is nobody out. And here is Fred McGriff, who has walked twice and struck out twice. Jamie and his brother were at the famous 162 game. You stayed to see it to the end. Yep. That was the game that Tampa beat the Yankees, right? Beer and chicken. So Tampa, the fans are on their feet. Reed has given up 1 run. He's only retired 1 batter. McGriff. Woof. Hopped up. Vizquel on the grass. 1 out. Turf, if you will. Here's Castilla. Vinny 1 for 4. A double, a run scored, and a strikeout. 1 out. 8-3 Tribe. Castilla. Fly ball left field. That will score Grieve. Cordova makes the catch. You trade that, no problem. And it's now 8-4, but there's 2 out for Jose Guillen. And who can hit a righty? Damian Hawaiian Butter Rolls. Damian hitting .217 with 4 RBIs. A pinch hitter, 1 for 7, 143, and an RBI. So 8-4, 2 out, 2 in. And Reed just trying to get the 3rd out. He gets a ground ball. Alomar coming in, has to hurry, throws to Tomey, and the Indians win the ball game 8-4. Tampa made it interesting, but Cleveland gets the win. And they are now 19-9. 8 runs, 15 hits, an error. They leave on 6. Tampa had their chances. 4 runs, 12 hits, and 2 errors. And they left on 12. Drew gets the win. He's 2-1. 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 4, struck out 2. Carsey, Shuey did good jobs, and we just won't talk about Reed. So Judd takes the loss. His first, he goes to 3-1. Paul Wilson, 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned a homer. He walked 2 and struck out a man. Judd, 3 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned. The home run, a walk and a strikeout. We're going to give the MVP to Russell Branyan, who went 2 for 2 with 2 RBI and a home run. Tampa falls to 16-4. And as soon as the game resets itself, we can do the rest of the Saturday in baseball and tell you what's on the channel next week. Elsewhere on this Derby day, it's Arizona 10, the Mets 3, Ellis 1-2, Glendon Rush 1-2. Bell 1 for 3, his 3rd of the year, drives in 2. Roberts shuts down the Yankees 5-0. Andy Pettit takes a loss. He goes to 1-2. We wait for these to play out. Jeff Conine 2 for 3, 2 RBI and 2 doubles. The Cubs and the Dodgers in a slugfest at Wrigley, 9-8. Abar gets the win, 2-1. Shaw takes a loss, 1-2. Gary Sheffield 3 for 5, his third of the year with a double. Seattle behind Freddie Garcia's one hitter, 8 2/3, a one-hit ball, shuts down Toronto 4-0. Freddie's now a 5-game winner on this replay. Hamilton falls to 0-4. Edgar Martinez 3 for 4, his 7th of the year, and drives in 3. Barry Zito strikes out 11 Red Sox, and they beat him 3-0. Crawford takes a loss, that's Paxton, and Menachino 1 for 2, his 3rd of the year with a stolen base. Pittsburgh 7-6 over Colorado. Mulholland 2-0. Dingman, what a name for a pitcher, 1-1. Jason Kendall 4 for 4, a double and a stolen base. Reds beat the Padres 10-9. Bell 2-0. Woody Williams 0-4. Ochoa 3 for 5, his 4th of the year, and drives in 2. Dave Gardner goes to 4-1. Sorry, Mark. As San Francisco beats Philadelphia 2-1. Wolf 3-1 with a loss. Jamie Rollins 2 for 4, his 3rd of the year. Houston beats Montreal 5-1. Reynolds 2-0. Reams is 0-3. Biggio 3 for 4, his 3rd of the year. Milwaukee beats Florida 6-1. Leiter 1-0. Is that Mark? Clement is 2-1. Rafael Belliard 3 for 4, his 5th of the year, and drives in 2. Braves beat the Cardinals 9-8. John Rocker goes to 1-1. Mike Timlin 1-2. J.D. Drew 4 for 5, 2 homers now. He's got 10. Drives in 3. White Sox 8-5 over the Rangers. Kip Wells is 2-1. Brantley falls to 2-2. Sandy Alomar Jr., his 2nd of the year, 1 for 4, drives in 2. Kansas City beats Minnesota 8-3. Ross Grimsley goes to 3-0. Santana falls to 1-1. A.J. Perinsky is 2 for 2. And last but not least, Anaheim shuts down Detroit 1-0. Russ Ortiz 3-1. Weaver 1-5. And Levine Hassenpfeffer Incorporated gets his first save. So the standings as we leave you through May 5th, it is a dead, flat-footed tie in the NL West. San Francisco and Colorado, Arizona and San Diego a game and a half back. In the Central, the Reds lead over Pittsburgh. St. Louis is half a game. Florida a game and a half on Philly and the Mets. Seattle 5 up on Oakland. Chicago is 20-7. And a game and a half up on Cleveland. Red Sox lead the Yankees by half a game. Well, we're with you Tuesday night in prime time. What have I chosen? I'm not seeing an H there. I haven't chosen anything. I've got a request for a Cal and a Tony. Did I hit the wrong date? Did I not pick a game? Yeah. So we're going to do Atlanta and San Diego. I thought I picked games for that week. I did. It's Oakland and Boston on Thursday. And we took Florida to San Diego. Haha. So I'm not going to take San Diego again. Wednesday. What are we taking here? Actually, we'll go out to Colorado for the Mets and the Rockies. All right. Well, if you hung in here for 2 hours and 24 minutes, thank you so much. I'm Ron Juckett. We pre-play that game in Arizona on Sunday at 6:30. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you soon. So long, everybody.